The word aura gets thrown around a lot nowadays, mostly in a joking way, but what does it even mean? There's this trend on TikTok where people walk by someone and make them collapse due to their presence, but that's a dramatic representation of the word. Aura, by its definition, is a distinctive and persuasive quality or character, and today we're going to go over a character who reached peak levels of aura, Gaara. I have never seen a character's aura snatched like how they did this man. In OG Naruto, you couldn't tell me anytime this man was in a scene you weren't locked in. Like for starters, he had a face tat at 12 years old. That's how you know the Sand Village was in shambles. They let a kid with a face tat be the leader of their village. That's ghetto as fuck. But yeah, even his own squad mates were scared of him because he might just spaz out at any time. Which is crazy, because you would think being group mates with someone would grant you your safety. Not with Gaara. At any point, Shukaku might start talking to Gaara like a little devil on his shoulder. But in this case, there was no angel on the other shoulder, just straight evil thoughts playing in his mind. This man was a prime 2010 Randy Orton. Prime example of this, he fights Rock Lee, wins the fight, injures him so bad that he couldn't be a ninja anymore. And 10 episodes later, he visits Rock Lee in the hospital. Then voices started kicking in. Like the anime did such a good job showing how mentally unstable this man was. Cause why are his eyes moving back and forth like he's playing computer ping pong? And if it wasn't for Guy Sensei, Naruto, Shikamaru, and Rock Lee would've all got murked. Like look how scared Shikamaru and Naruto are. Shikamaru, I get. This man assesses every situation with logic and reason, and what his brain is telling him here is this nigga's crazy. But Naruto, it's really impressive to have Naruto this shook, cause we all know Naruto had a golden retriever brain. Only thing that went through his head in OG Naruto was Sasuke, ramen, and being Hokage.
Believe it!
So to put him through an existential crisis just off a couple words and a stare down is insane levels of aura. The Hidden Leaf really gotta step up their background checks, cause this school level threat was walking around the village unsupervised, and of course he's from the Sand Village. That whole village is ghetto as shit. Kankuro was rocking face paint at the early age of 12, and Tamari was wearing fishnets. Sand Village do better. And another thing that made Gaara so cool in OG Naruto was that we never saw a character with those abilities before. His sand was infused with his mother's will and would protect him without him having to act on anything. So whenever he would just stand there nonchalantly, arms folded, blocking all these attacks, he wasn't putting on an act. Bro really wasn't trying. That's insane. Like when Rock Lee hit this man, it was the biggest deal ever. And aside from the fact that he rarely got hit, he also never threw punches. Everything he did was with his sand. This man could have traveled into the Avatar verse and they would have looked at this man as the greatest earthbender that ever lived. That's how you know he was tough. His feats would have traveled across different shows. But I'd be lying if I didn't mention his fight with Sasuke. For starters, they delayed the fight so Sasuke could make it in time, and you had people chanting his name, begging that he showed up, and Gaara just had to stand there and witness all the dick riding that was taking place. And when Sasuke does pull up, it's the most dramatic entrance ever. Like bro, I completely understand now why Deidara crashed out the way he did. He was sick of the Uchiha D riding that was going on. Cause there's no reason for other Genin's jaws to be dropped from someone doing a cool entrance for a fight they were scheduled for. They're acting like this was some surprise Royal Rumble entrance. Like, are people forgetting that this is an exam that's taking place, not some UFC event? But that's not even the worst part, cause he loses the fight mid-transformation. That shit is a no-no. Only bot characters get their transformation stopped mid-fight. And then to make things worse, he goes band for band with Naruto, cause they both bring out their Jinchurikis, and he not only loses, but gets turned into a good guy.
Hi, how are you?
Through the power of friendship. That is truly an S-tier aura snatching event only a main character like Naruto is capable of. And now with his menacing aura taken away from him, you would think he's cooked. His Yamcha arc is soon to begin. Absolutely not. He just goes through an aura renaissance. And what I mean by that is he leaves his crash out tendencies in the past and now enters his group leader phase. He fights to protect people now, but will still sand confident jutsu any nigga that gets in his way. Perfect example of this was when he saved Rock Lee from Kimimaro. Couple episodes earlier, he tried to off Lee in the hospital while in a coma, and now he's putting his life on the line against a lab experiment Kekkei Genkai freak. And you know Gaara still had motion, because Kimimaro announced him by his name and village. Only a select few ninja like Jiraiya, Kakashi, and Itachi got that respect, and it wasn't even entirely built on how strong of a ninja you you were, even though they were all strong ninjas. It really just depended on how good of a cap artist you were. Niggas would constantly glaze Kakashi for knowing thousands of jutsus, even though he never really used that many in the show. And you're trying to tell me he knew 1,000 out of the 2,585 known jutsu? That's great cap. And Itachi, I get why he was world renowned. Getting caught in a Mangekyou Sharingan would have you questioning your entire existence as a ninja. But at the same time, if niggas knew you were coughing up blood every day because you were terminally ill, you wouldn't have that much motion. It's really all about your public image. And for Jiraiya, do I even gotta say it? He was a peeping Tom. People think he didn't want to be Hokage because he liked to work in the shadows on some Batman type beat. No, bro just knew if he ran for Hokage, his dirty laundry would have got aired out during his campaign run. Danzo would have been at them debates talking about, well, it has been a grave secret kept under wraps by the Hidden Leaf elites that Jiraiya is a pedo. Bro would have went out like Drake. That's tough. And for Gaara, his public image was elite. He tried to destroy the Hidden Leaf and got off scot-free. He must have hired Jayoma or something, because I don't know how you get that case dismissed. And I'm sure Kimimaro knew about him for another reason. He was from the Sand Village, the most ghetto village in the entire show. Any ninja that comes from a village with sand buildings is not to be messed with. But back to the actual fight, I know Gaara got his aura back when he tried spamming like 3 different finishing moves on Kimimaro. No setups or build up in the fight, just trying to get that man out of there. He even put that man in quicksand, every young kid's worst nightmare growing up. And just when you thought Gaara got the finishing move on Kimimaro, he popped up behind him like the Undertaker, and actually would have killed him if it wasn't for his illness. So you're probably thinking, how is this a win for Gaara? The man was clearly about to lose the fight, but like I said before, it ain't about what actually happened, it's about the story you can tell. Having somebody die right in front of you without moving your finger is the ultimate opportunity to cap. And if nothing I said in this video has convinced you enough of this man's aura, he called an ISO on the final villain battle in OG Naruto right in front of everybody, and he won. Oh! This shit is not even his show.